Namaste. Welcome back everyone. This is Kata van Doesselaar from Rise and Shine Yoga Ibiza, Yin Yoga teacher and Yin Yoga teacher trainer. Welcome to my 14 days Myofascial Yin Yoga reset for spring. Today is the second session and I brought you something that's going to put a little bit of motion again into our inner waters. We're still cultivating a bit more vitality, reconnecting to our roots, and allowing that to be nourished for the next phase when we can all kind of expand outwards, which is what spring is about. So today we will start with a little bit of breathing. So just get yourself settled into a nice, comfortable position. And just allowing yourself to have a couple of relaxed breaths here. With every inhalation, opening up to receive the energy of this present moment. And with every exhalation, just softening and releasing. Welcoming ourselves on our mat. You can have both of your hands this time come onto the heart. And just take a few loving breaths into your heart. Nourishing yourself, nourishing your body, nourishing your heart, and really feeling that the essence of this challenge is nothing else than just love. Love for yourself. Right? With love for ourselves, we desire that this new cycle is bringing more flourishment and joy and fulfillment to our lives. And by saying yes to that, actually we're enriching our environment and the world as well. So let's just have an Om together, a nice long inhale. And then slowly, gently, you can open your eyes and we can just take our hands onto our knees. I'm showing it from the side. And gently we can round our back. It's totally fine to kind of lean back a little bit as well. And with an inhalation, we try to create a little wave in the spine, gazing up, and then with an exhalation, gently round. If for whatever reason this is not comfortable for you, you could just do all fours and cat and cow. Just sort of have a little fluid move, because many people just come from very static days, and in order to enter more static poses, yin poses, it's important that we ease a little bit our fascia before. Just a tiny bit, not like warming up, just loosening up a little bit. Right? Creating little waves. And then from here, slowly we can just come and move over onto our knees. From here, we will again use our fascia balls. So you could actually just use one, or you could use two. And where we're going to put them is actually this area, right? We will go into an anahata, heart melting pose, puppy pose, and we will try to place the balls in this area. If this area is very sensitive for you, then of course you could just do without the balls or cover up your balls with like a little towel or something, so this area can be gentle massaged without really hurting you, right? So we can place the balls here and we can just reach out with both of our arms. Try to bring your chest, I will show you without the sweater, try to bring the chest down onto the balls. Now, it could be that your chest is not dropping, right? Then you could just come into a gentle little sphinx. And in sphinx, put the balls there, right? And maybe just having your arms stretching out a little bit. Even with that, you would have a tiny bit of the front body stretch. But if it's available to you, or maybe even using a block under the balls, right? To put the balls here, and then come onto the balls with your chest, making sure they're not going down, right? And just have a little stretch there. And just calmly breathing here. Try this area around the sternum, a little bit further away from the sternum, is also very, very important in releasing anxiety and refreshing our connection to our inner resources, clearing our mind, and actually to deepen our breath as well. If this is just not working for you, I would advise that you take your balls, you massage a little bit. Usually we would say 3 fingers from the sternum, and you massage a little bit like this with the balls first, and then you go into your puppy pose, right? Whatever works for you. And then eventually landing into our puppy pose. You can bend your elbows. You can have the forehead on the floor or your chin. And just calmly breathe here. Coming back to the breath, which we know with every inhalation, it brings us vitality. And with every exhalation, you can let go. Let go of any tension, let go of any stresses, anything that is not useful for you anymore. So just calmly breathing. Imagine that your breath is just like a river, comes in with crystal clear water. And with the exhale, it just gently helps to clear, to release. You can always broaden the distance between the hands if your shoulders are complaining. Or do the half anahata, bending one arm and putting your forehead on the lower arm, if it would be too intense. And let's just have the last 3 breaths here. Yesterday we worked a lot on our back line, the superficial back line, myofascial meridian, and today we will do some work on our frontal line. Last breath. And again, a nice long full exhale throughout your mouth. From here, slowly we can just slide all the way forward. And as you land forward, you can just have your hands underneath your forehead and maybe wiggle a little bit with your hips from side to side. Observe your sensations and allow your body to rest and absorb the effects of what we did. And then slowly from here, we can come up and we will use again the ball, only if that's available to you. You could use a tennis ball, you could use myofascial ball, smaller ball, right? I have smaller balls, bigger balls. Let me just get some smaller ones because this one could be actually quite nice with the small one. So either the cork one or even a tiny one like this or like that, right? So we just gonna place our knee to the side and you can just place a ball sort of and the hip flexor area. I'm showing it to you, sort of here, right? So around the bone, could put below the bone, sort of here, right? Again, if you feel like when you bend your knee, the hip is too high up for that, to be able to kind of press onto the ball, you could just put the ball, tuck your toes under, and continue with the Sphinx, right? So we can either have the knee out or be with our upper body only in the Sphinx. And just calmly breathing here, being in this sort of tipsy frog, the combination of the half frog and the Sphinx. You can release your head, you can maybe drop your head backwards if that's okay for your neck to really stretch the front side. And just take those deep breaths. With every inhalation, receiving, opening spaces, and with every exhalation, just letting go. Observe the sensations. If this is too intense for your shoulders, you can always put a bolster across your chest under the armpits. And then slowly we can just take out the ball, and either you stay like this, or maybe you take your leg down into the Sphinx. Observing, listening, allowing. And the last 3 breaths here. And then all the air out through your mouth as we slowly, gently come down. You can take your leg down and you can wiggle a little bit from side to side. Giving yourself a little break. You can take your arms down by your side. You can turn your face into one direction. And just completely release your legs, your arms. Give yourself this gentle rebound. Resting and listening. Receiving and letting go. And then slowly from here, we can come up again. I will turn around so you see me, but you can just stay wherever you were. And we will put the ball underneath the other hip flexor. Right? So just place your ball, put your knee up, coming into that tipsy frog with the upper body in Sphinx. See if that's working for you. Try to find that sort of sensitive spot around the bone, either below the bone or above the bone. I prefer below the bone to release the frontal line. And again, we can just have our head just straight up, or maybe even a little bit further back if that's all right, or you can even hold your own head to give it a little bit more of a frontal stretch. But if it's uncomfortable, you can just release the head. And just calmly breathing here, noticing the sensations. The ball shouldn't feel too intense. If it does, either put the towel on it or take it out and just do the pose itself. If you want, you can tuck the toes under on the back leg. And just calmly breathe. And then after a while you can take out your ball. If this position wouldn't feel too good for your sacroiliac area or for your knee, you can always just release the bent leg so it's becoming more of a sphinx. And just let the breath move in, move out like big waves of the sea. Gentle, big wave, bringing you fresh vitality. And with every exhalation, releasing stress and tension and anything that doesn't serve you anymore. And then the last 3 breaths here as well. And then a nice long full exhalation as you release yourself to the ground. Again, you can gently move the knee down. You can have a little wiggle with the hips, with the knees from side to side, just gently moving through it. And then slowly you can release again your arms down by your side, your legs, and turn your face to the opposite side than you did before. And just let it all go. Observe the sensations, whatever is arising, welcome it. And ease into it. And then from here, slowly push yourself up into a little child's pose. It can be with knees closed or knees open. And this is going to be our finishing pose today. Also here, if you feel like you can wiggle a little, you can take your arms to the front or down or underneath your forehead. And just landing into that inner center. The more we're able to quiet down and withdraw our energy deep within, the more we can regain our vitality. The more energy we spend on outer things, people, communication, the less energy we have inside. So take this time to recharge. And the last 3 breaths here. You can have a nice long full exhale at the end. And gently rolling yourself up. Taking a breath up here. And it's up to you if you have more extra time to just really take a couple minutes of Shavasana, or maybe this was your session for yourself. And you can just come into a comfortable sitting position and just have a few more breaths here, feeling your presence, feeling that inner quiet space. Any clarity, any guidance that comes for you. If you want to take a mini Shavasana, you can do that. Otherwise, let's just have both of our hands together in front of the heart, taking loving, energizing, vital breaths for yourself. Imagine that it's filling you up everywhere in all your cells to have a vibrant day, positive day, a courageous day, adventurous day. And then let's just chant one Om together to close the practice. Nice long inhale. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. everyone for joining me for this Yin Yoga challenge, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment underneath the practice if you have any question or any feedback. I would be happy to come back to you, and I see you tomorrow on the mat. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.